I'm Satomi Watanabe. I'm from Japan. I'm currently at number 17. I started playing squash in Japan, which is quite rare, I guess, and that was when I was 8. Well, I used to do ballet, dancing ballet, and my friend's mum used to play squash, and then I was the quite active child, so I did like swimming or gymnastic when I was kid, and then she told me like, would you like to try something to have something in your hand or do with, because swimming and gymnastics usually just use your body. So, but then would you like to use some equipment to play some sports? And then I was like, well, yeah, why not? I'll give it a try. And then, yeah, that's how I started to know squash and also play squash. I think I was quite, well, I'm not really sure whether to say lucky or unlucky, because squash is really not popular in Japan yet. Well, hopefully to get popular, but at that time where I lived it was close to one of like national club, not national, but most of the top players in Japan was playing at that club, and then I was just there once a week playing, maybe with my mum sometimes, and then one of the, I think it was the Misaki's father that told me, would you like to actually play the actual game of squash? And I was like, well, I was still young, and I was like, yeah, like, why not? I'll try. And then, yeah, that's how I actually got into playing the actual squash. I think it was probably me being not in Japan helped me, which is a sad thing to say, but then it's true. Because I was in Japan until 12 years old, and then I moved to Malaysia for squash, and then been there for 5 years to build my foundation of squash. And yeah, I think that's something different for me and other players in Japan, because most of them just stay in Japan, play in Japan, maybe a couple of junior overseas tournament, but then that's it. Yeah, so I think that's why I'm a little bit different in a way. There are a few more players who made into top rankings in PSAs, but yeah, I would say definitely I've trained in other places than Japan, so that brings me to this level. I was really lucky to have Lowy win when I was 12, and then she's at the point where she's already in top 10, even in top 5 at one point, which is unfortunate that she tore her ACL at the point of where she was highest, but I was really lucky to have her when I was there the whole time. And then her coach Aaron Soiser coached me as well, and then taught me all the basics that I really need to know in squash. And so I was in like school in Malaysia as well, but once I finished, I've got no sort of visa to stay in Malaysia, so I went back to Japan, and then was a little bit lost in my life, kind of, because that was at the point of where my junior career finished, and also wasn't really sure whether I want to go to university in States, because when at that point I think university in States wasn't really flexible enough to play PSAs. So, but then I really wanted to play PSA tournaments right after my junior career, so I was a little bit of training halfway, but then also studying halfway, which did give me really a good balance as well with that. I couldn't just give anything 100%, and then I think that was a point where I did really quite well in the 2017 World Champs in Manchester, but then that was it, and then I think I didn't play for a while, and then also COVID happened, so couldn't leave Japan for 2 good years, but that made me thought that well, you can be a squash player, but at the same time, what if, because that time the whole world just stopped like squash, everyone had to stop and then no tournaments going on. So it was alright that me being not to be able to play squash, but then what if just me being injured somehow and then can't play squash anymore? I've got nothing, then high school graduate. So I was like, I guess it's time for me to think about something after my career. So I choose to move to England, which because I heard that it allows me to play some PSA tournament and as well, and then have a good training around the area and then also studying. So which was perfect for me. So now I'm based in England. I'm studying sports and exercise science. I think I'm proud that it's not that I didn't believe it, but I kind of proud that I made to top 20 for the first time ever as a Japanese player. So yeah, that I can give another Japanese player a little hope. It is really important for me and hopefully for other squash players in Japan to grow the squash big in Japan. But well, I don't think I can do it just by myself, being in top 20. I need some people's help or some people's support, and obviously all those juniors playing right now as well. So yeah, I guess it's definitely something that I really wanna do, or really wanna. I don't know whether to say I do support the Japanese squash or yeah, but I'm really looking to get involved to make squash big in Japan. Because in Japan, Olympics is really a big thing for sports, and then it's a big difference whether your sport is in Olympics or not. Because usually the sports that are not in Olympics won't recognize, like even like live TV shows won't live stream or anything. Well, unfortunately, even the Asian Games squash wasn't live stream for Japan and on the TV shows. So hopefully, with this squash being in Olympics, could help little bit or a lot would be nice, but to actually make squash more popular in Japan. I would say, well, I would try to be in a top 10 next year, hopefully. Within 5 years, top 5. If I want to say more, top 3. Because 5 years time, Olympics is coming, so I really want to go for medals as well. So yeah, 5 years time, I really need to be in top 3.